Now, so here we have our two machines running on our AWS account. We have our web server machine and we have our SSH machine. You can see here that they both have elastic IP addresses set to them, which just stands for like a statically assigned IP address. So each time you reboot the machine, it doesn't get a new IP address. These are fixed to those two machines. So I'm just going to show you the security groups now. So this is the security group that is assigned to the web server. So you can see here that it is configured to accept both IPv4 and IPv6 addresses for the HTTP, and the same here for HTTPS. Both IPv4 and IPv6 addresses will be accepted for HTTPS. You can see here then on the SSH machine that the IP address of our other machine, the SSH machine, is set here. This means that only the machine with this IP address is able to SSH into our web server. So I'm just going to demonstrate that to you now. So just run this one. I'm just going to show you SSH and go to SSH. So this is our SSH into the SSH dedicated machine. And this is me trying to SSH into our web server. So you can see here, this is going to time out. So I'll just show you here now. And we are going to SSH into our web server from our SSH machine. So you can see there that we're in. We can run a command there. So there we are. We're in there now. I'm just going to go back there and show you the rules for the SSH machine there. Sorry, that's this one, and then it has security. So you can see here that the SSH machine is accepting both IPv4 and IPv6 addresses to log into that, and then from there into the web server. Is that timed out yet? No. Okay, so then from there, I'm just going to run an nmap scan. So this is the first machine, and then this is the second machine, and we just put in -pn. And then boom, and then the same here, put in -pn, and then off we go. So we can see here on the SSH machine that only port 22 is open, so this is what we would expect. And then you can see here on our other machine on the web server that port 80 and 443 are open. So obviously port 22 on this is closed to just this machine, so you won't see it pop up here. And then I'll show you the website now. I'll show you the front end of it anyway. So I made a registration page and a login page just for fun, I suppose. So I'm just going to make a new user. So I'll call it, I don't know, Carl, and Carl at Carl, and then we'll go hello world then, and then you just click register, and then you are successfully registered. So now I'm going to try and log in with that username, Carl, hello world, and then welcome Carl. And if I try to put in, I don't know, Carl and then hello WORL, incorrect username or password. So that seems to be working there. I have a list of 5 users in the, well, 6 now, in the document as well. So that's that. And I'm just going to show you the code then that I used to do it. Let's see the So this is our registration page. So you can see here, I'm using the MySQLi functions, and we can see that we have the strip slashes inserted in here. So that will remove any backslashes that are inserted into the commands. And then we have also the MySQLi real escape string, which will kind of parse the user input for any kind of illegal characters and remove them as well. So this will help to protect against kind of SQL injection. You can also see here that I've just used for this, for simplicity, that the passwords are hashed with the MD5 function. In a real life scenario, I would recommend bcrypt or some other kind of password specific encryption technique. It just echoes then that you're successfully registered, and if not, just do it back to the registration page. Here's the HTML that I used for the form, and I'll just go back there. And then next, I think I have logged in. Yeah. Okay. So here, very similar. This is just asking the server or the database, sorry, to retrieve this information again using the strip searches and real SQL, real escape string, sorry, and it's just looking for in the members database where the username and password, the hashed password, equal a user found or a number in the row, and when they find that, when they find a successful user, it'll just return welcome and their name, their username. And then obviously if it doesn't work, it'll return you back to the registration page. Again, very simple. The HTML code there for the form on the login page. So I'll just go back now and I'll just show you then the config page. So here you can see this is our link to our Amazon database. So this is all hosted by AWS, our username and password, and then the name of the database. So all of this gets turned into a variable essentially, so that you can just run the variable rather than having to put these in manually where they may be able to get back to them or whatever. So it's just, that's the connection to the database there. And then I'm just going to Control X. I'm just going to go back into the login page, and I am just going to change the name here. Let me see, where is it? Where did I put it? I'm just going to, no, I'll do it on the registration page. Oh, so I'm just going to change, registration. I'm just going to change the title to just hello world. Control X, yes, enter. And then if we go back here, we should go back to our registration page, and you will see here that it now says hello world and not registration. Yeah, sorry, it got cut off there in the video, so this is just the second bit. I'm just going to show you, here's these are the commands that I use to create the database. I'm just going to run this so you can show the database. Here it is, so we can see there's the user Carl that we made earlier. And then this database is connected to the Amazon, our Amazon database. So this is just interfacing with it. There you can see the passwords are hashed and all that kind of thing. And then I'm just going to go back here, and I'm just going to go to the just to show. Here we go. This should be saved. No, it's obviously running it again. Generally, it was doing it no problem. Oh yeah, I'll show you the where was it now? In here. I did try to run Docker on this to put the Apache thing into it, but no joy. Didn't manage to get that to work. Here's the cert file, or the cert file. Yeah, so you can see here that it's all certified or whatever. It's in the group Apache, so only anybody in that group can access it. So if other users are made on the server, they won't be able to access it. Where was the other thing that I did? Yeah, here we go. So the server signature is turned off. So if you run a scan on it, you shouldn't be able to tell what operating system or whatever the server is or what version it is. And the same with the tokens here and all that kind of thing. That will just disable any tokens that may be there. and then I'll show you. This is the SSL file with the thing, and you can see here that I have disabled the older versions of the TLS, and that I have enabled or disabled the weaker ciphers on the web server, so that only the more secure ones are allowed through. And then I think that is everything I've done. I'll just show you the results of this thing. Yeah, so here we go. There's an A, and I have a link to the full report in my document. So thanks for everything. This was actually an enjoyable assignment. It was hard, and yeah, but yeah, it was good. Thanks very much. Cheers.